Hey guys, I'm Cali Cool Guns, and we're here at the range with Andy Bennett, tatted family guy. He invited me out to basically learn the basic fundamentals of shooting a red dot on a handgun. I've never done it before, so he said, hey dude, I'll teach you 2 hours and we'll get you locked in. So shout out to Andy Bennett, pretty cool dude.
Yeah.
We're gonna get it.
Shooting bag for me just becomes, a prop for managing stability.
Okay.
Right? So I like to leave the front on the gun, on the bag. Some people prefer to put their hands on the bag, right? I notice hands on the bag still gives us the ability to do a lot of this, right? Yeah. So I prefer just getting the front of the barrel or the light on the bag and using the front of the bag as stability. Okay? So if you want to just rack and dry fire a couple times, make sure you can acquire a good sight picture to that bottom black dot. And what we'll do is we'll just do 3 dry fires. And then so just exhale, smooth trigger press. Make sure your dot doesn't shift. Good. So it's almost like you're adding a pound at a time. Yeah. That's exactly what we want to do when zeroing. Great. You are focusing, so everything with the red dot, and we'll talk about this when we get into it, right? It really doesn't matter as much right now, right? Because everything's static. Your gun is bench rested, your body's still, the target is still. Okay. But ideally with a red dot, we always want to be target focused. So what we're going to do here when we zero, again, it's going to be 5 rounds, right? No matter where your bullets impact, you are not going to shift your point of aim. Right. Okay, so you're going to keep that red dot centered on that black dot target, right? And we're going to make 5 shots. And again, we're not going to change because we want to be able to see that point of impact shift so we can make our adjustments on our optic.
All right, perfect, yeah.
This is why we fire 5 shots, because we want to go for the rule of averages, right? So this is really your best 3-shot group, right here, right? Typically what happens is once we start getting comfortable, some of our bad habits start to creep into our trigger press. Right? And this is, starting to trend a little bit low and left. Okay. Right? Now we consider those for this sake of the game, the flyers, right? Because we do have a tight group of 3. First of all, elevation, right? Appears to be pretty good. Okay. Right? So now we basically are just looking at a windage adjustment, right? Okay. So now we have to take our point of aim, which you had here, with a point of impact here, and shift our point of impact to our point of aim. I know your optic because I run your same optic. Is 1 click equals 1 MOA. Okay. 1 MOA is 1 inch at 100 yards. Okay. Yeah. So for every 1 click, the dot moves 1 inch again at 100 yards. Okay. Since we're at 10 yards, right, our effect is 10 times that. Right? So for us, it's going to take 10 clicks to go 1 inch, where it's 1 click at 100 yards. Okay? Right? So if we said 1 inch is 10 clicks, then we know 1.5 inches is 15 clicks. Okay? So what we're going to do, we're going to make our first adjustment, and we're going to go right 15 click. Right? We're going to go 15. Okay? Yeah. So that's going to be our first adjustment. We mark all these. To know that these were our first shots. We'll go back to the optic, and again, we'll shift it right 15 clicks and then shoot another 5 rounds. Right now, it's important to look at optics because they're not all the same. Some optics are 1 click is a half MOA. Right. The RMR CC, the little guy, its 1 click is about a half MOA. I don't know what about is. I don't know how to make that measurement. Right. So I like definitives, and again on this one it makes it super easy. Great thing again about the SRO, don't need tools to make infield adjustments. Right. The way that the knobs are set up is that a bullet case 9mm case will do that adjustment just fine. Right. So I'll let you make that adjustment. Again, we're going to go 15 clicks to the right. So one of the other things too that, typically I wait till we start shooting to talk about, but it helps tremendously when it comes to zeroing, is understanding how we interface, right, with the trigger. Right? So there's a lot of different ways to look at the trigger. People say pull the trigger. People say smash the trigger. People say press the trigger. Ultimately, these 3 things all have radically different meanings, right? When someone says to me, pull the trigger, well, my brain thinks pull, like I'm going to pull a rope, right, which is tight and it's my whole body and I'm yanking it, right? I like to refer to press the trigger, because that's what we're doing is pressing it, right? And when I think about press, I think about when I go into an elevator and I push the button on the elevator, right? I just press the button, right? I don't get ready, like, okay, now, right? Right. The first stage we call this is really the take-up, right? The take-up is the slop that gets us to the wall, right? The wall is that stiff, firm place where we're basically disabling all the internal safeties of the Glock, right? And at this point, we can now say the gun is off safe, right? And it's ready to fire. So anytime I'm going to fire my weapon, I want to do it from the wall.
From the wall.
Right?
Okay. Yeah.
I want to prep my trigger. I want to take up the slack. I want to get to the wall. And then I want to start adding that progressive force of 1 pound, 2 pounds, 3 pounds, right?
Yeah.
And by thinking that way, right, and adding progressive force, we get this nice, smooth break. So again, just nice, smooth trigger press.
Okay.
Make sure you're breathing. So good. We made some adjustments, right? But what we're going to see, and especially as we start to fine tune, sometimes the adjustments aren't as much as we think.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Now, the reason why the adjustments could shift is because when I'm looking through my optic, right, if I move my head up or down, my dot moves up and down with my head.
Okay.
So depending upon how I position myself behind the gun, right, and how my head position was from one round to the next, might make those small variances. Again, this is what we're looking for acceptable accuracy.
Okay.
Right, especially when zeroing.
Yeah.
Right? So good work, man. Looks
Appreciate
good.
it, yeah.
All right. All right, so we're gonna start at 3 yards. Again, take a lot of variability out of things, right? As we add distance, right, we can expect accuracy to diminish, right? I could definitely shoot a tighter group at 3 yards than I could shoot at 25 yards, right? So anytime we're learning anything new with any platform, what we want to do is take as much variability out of the equation as humanly possible. So for this drill, this is what we're going to be shooting at, okay? So for this drill, what we're going to do is we're going to come back to 3 yards, and I'll shoot it first. What we're going to do is we're going to fire 5 rounds, okay? And what we're trying to make sure we do is that all 5 rounds go into the orange disc.
Okay.
Now you guys have done a phenomenal job of coming out here and adding additional pressure to me, which I appreciate, right? With a camera and a microphone and eyes, right? And the whole thing is, hey, don't fuck this up. But I'll have you guys, you can come over here and stand online. And all we're gonna do is draw the weapon, right? We'll get an acceptable sight picture. And then no time limit, okay? All we're gonna be looking to do, again, is put 5 rounds, right, through the orange disc.
Okay. Nice.
Okay.
That's awesome.
So could be better. I'm not thrilled with that.
Yeah.
Right. But again, I love the extra pressure here of, hey, I got to perform on demand. Right. And that's got to be our expectation.
Yeah, exactly.
So I'm going to have you do the same thing. Right. Make sure you're getting to the wall, the trigger. Make sure your dot's staying nice and still. Stay target focused. Don't stare at the dot.
Fuck.
It's all right.
Okay.
It's okay. That's why we're here.
Yep.
So fantastic group, right?
Yeah.
But where was our dot during that whole thing?
I was aiming the dot kind of like on the top, like how you said.
Okay.
Yeah.
So considering the group you have here,
Yeah.
right? It's going to lead me to say, hey, we didn't firmly zero, but we know we did.
Right.
Right? Or again, the way I'm interacting with the gun is causing a slight variance.
Okay.
Right? As I press the trigger.
Right.
So we're going to do this again, right? And I'm going to try for a little redemption here.
Okay.
To clean this up. But what we want to make sure we're doing is keeping my dominant hand relaxed.
Okay.
All my grip pressure comes from my support hand.
Okay.
Right? I'm at the wall, right? I see my dot. I'm staring at the target, right? Press, press, press. Press, press, press. Press, press, press. Press, press, press. Okay?
Yeah.
So it's the same idea and principles as we were applying when we were zeroing, right? Is I want to be at that wall,
Right.
right? And I just want to
Okay.
press, press, press. So I see the target, I overlay the dot on my target as I'm staying target focused.
Okay.
Okay, so this time I want you just to breathe. We're gonna relax. We're not worried about recoil control here. I don't care if the gun kicks all the way up to the sky and then settles back down.
Okay.
Okay, I want you to just stay relaxed, right? Handshake grip on the dominant hand.
Yeah.
Exhale, press, 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 press. Okay, so we're getting closer.
Yeah.
So let's just do this. I'm gonna fire 2 rounds out of your weapon if you're okay with that.
Yeah.
Right? We're just gonna confirm, right?
Yeah.
That
It's not R0?
it's not R0.
Uh,
Oh, you got the SRO blowback. Welcome to the life of the SRO.
yeah.
All right, so dot at the top of the orange circle.
Okay.
Press, press, press. Press, press, press.
Damn.
Gun safe, unloaded. I'm not gonna make you reholster. I'm gonna have you hold your fist straight out like this. Okay? You're gonna make a nice stable platform. Now I'm gonna hit your hand, okay? I don't want you to be surprised.
Okay.
Okay? So we know the gun's gonna go bang, right?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, exactly, yeah. Yeah, we are.
It is in our nature to hit back when we're hit.
Yeah.
You just proved it.
Yeah.
Do you feel threatened by me right now?
No.
Did you think I was going to hit you?
Yeah, I did. Oh, yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
It's in our nature to expect something to impact us and us to provide resistance. So when it comes to shooting accurately at this distance, you're so hyper focused on that motherfucking gun's about to go bang. It's about to go bang.
Yeah.
Here it goes. Just like you just did when I was hitting your hand, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Now at 3 yards, all we're gonna do is work on dot transition.
Okay.
Okay. Now again, this is a sight thing, not a follow the dot thing. Okay. So all I'm gonna do is gun out, right? I'm gonna shoot a round in 3. I'm gonna shoot a round in 4, and then I'm gonna come back and shoot a round in 3.
Okay.
Okay.
3, 4, 3. All right.
So all it's gonna look like is this. I'm just gonna go 3, 4, 3. Okay.
Okay.
Now what I did there is use my eyes to drive the gun.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's not hit, settle, confirm hit, and then flatline transfer. Hit, settle, move. Right.
Yeah.
What I'm doing is I know my dot's where it is. I know my finger's at the wall. So when I break the shot, I'm immediately turning my head
Yeah.
and then driving the gun to my eyes.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
So it's this.
Nice.
Okay? So what you saw is the gun never settled back in the spot where it started.
No.
Right? I shot and the gun's settling over here.
Yeah.
Shot and then the gun's settling over here. And I'm using my eyes to drive my gun.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
So go ahead and try that. Okay. Again. Hold your dot in the upper quarter.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Right,
That's
of the target. Hold over. What an improvement.
Yeah.
So now we're going to come back to 7 yards, which is going to be here. We're going to be working in the upper half of the A-box, right? So I have that thing in black, and I got that basically 6-inch ring in there.
Okay, yeah.
What we're going to do, and we'll only do this 2 or 3 times because it's an ammo burner,
Yeah.
is we're going to fire 10 rounds.
Okay.
Okay, gun's going to come out, already going to be sighted in. This is probably my favorite drill to test if I'm getting sucked into the dot or I'm staying target focused. Okay, so again, it's going to be 10 rounds. Hopefully it should look something like this. I stared at my dot twice.
Oh, okay.
Okay, this impact
Yeah.
and did not like that,
Uh-huh.
which resulted in this
Yeah.
impact right here.
Okay.
Right, and then I immediately shifted my sight back to the red and everything else landed in here.
Yep.
Right, so 10 rounds, again, make sure you're staying Superman laser vision on this red section.
Am I
of the
doing
target.
holdover on this one
No
too? or
holdover,
just
right?
red dot?
And thank you for asking that. I
Yeah.
intentionally did not say it because I wanted to see what you did.
Okay.
Again, holdover only exists at 3 yards and in.
3 yards and in. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
There is a slight amount of holdover at 5 yards,
Yeah.
but it's insignificant.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
All right, 10 rounds on you. Okay.
On
So
my
good.
red dot.
I think you only had 1.
Yeah.
Okay, so 2. I thought this one clipped the bottom edge.
Yeah.
But really 2 down here. And again, low left for a right-handed shooter
Yeah.
is timing.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
I hate it when I see these pictures, right, that are like show like all the degrees on the target.
Uh-huh.
And it's like if you have shots over here, it's because you have too much finger on the trigger,
Yeah.
right? And you're tugging the gun. And if you have shots over here, you have too little finger on the trigger,
Yeah.
right? So let's just dispel that
Okay.
right now. So first round, finger barely on the trigger.
Okay.
Right? Finger is absolutely barely on the trigger, barely able to really press the trigger with the trigger safety disabled. Absolute acceptable hit.
Yeah.
Dead 10 ring.
Yeah.
Right? Now, next one, finger all the way in, right? Actually have to change my grip to get past that first knuckle.
Okay.
Okay? So again, finger all the way in on the trigger,
Oh, yeah.
10 ring.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
Finger placement doesn't fucking matter.
Okay.
And if you mean to tell me in the heat of the moment when you have to draw this pistol and defend your life,
Mm-hmm.
if you're gonna go, oh, hang on. Okay, it's in the middle of my finger now, I'm ready.
Yeah.
You're out of your fucking mind.
Right, exactly, yeah.
When you draw and get your purchase and present that gun, wherever your finger is on the trigger is what you have to work with in the moment. So again, we're gonna do 10 rounds.
Uh-huh.
I want you to stay target focused.
Okay.
Okay? And I want you just to press the trigger. Again, if that means we slow down our cadence,
Yeah.
but let's bring that group from the low left section,
Okay.
right, up and at least to the middle, or having vertical deviation just up and down as opposed to low and left.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
So 10 rounds on you.
Oh, shit.
So some good, some bad in there.
Yeah, yeah.
What'd you see? What did your eyes process?
I looked at the red dot a couple, like 2 or 3 times.
Okay.
And then after that, I tried to get out of like just staring through the SRO.
Yep.
And just more sight picture. But yeah.
Good. So overall in that group though, better, right? We moved up. We moved up into here.
Right.
Right, is the majority of them, right? We had one kind of crazy flyer out here, right? But that's going to happen.
Okay.
Okay. So now for me, what I'm really working on here, and again, I'm going to push it myself a little bit harder than I want you to push yourself.
Okay.
What I want to see is through the 10 rounds, I want to be making progression on speed on shots.
Okay.
Right? So when I start, I might be at half-second splits in between shots. When I finish, I want 7, 8, 9, or 8, 9, 10 to be around a quarter second or less. Target size at this distance, I should be able to run quarter-second splits and keep it all in that black ring. Okay? So again, we'll come out. Gun will already be out. We'll be sighted and on target. And then on the beat, we're just going to fire 10 rounds.
Okay.
Okay? Again, what I'm trying to work here is speed up as I go through the 10 rounds.
Nice.
So we look at the clock. First split was a 5-1, right where I told you I'd start at. 4-3, 3-8, 3-4, 2-7, 2-8, 2-3, 2-4, 2-2, right? So again, pushing below that quarter second. And if we look at the target, everything's hits.
Yeah, exactly.
Everything stayed in the black ring.
Yeah.
Now, I can't push speed if I'm staring at the dot. I shot faster and increase faster. I want you to shoot at your comfort. Trigger prep to the wall, anytime after the beat.
That was good.
Much better.
Yeah.
Much better.
I've seen it,
One little trigger stall in there.
Yeah.
Right? And that's coming from you fighting the click bang.
Yeah.
Right?
It
So
happened
it's,
again,
it's going to be a fight, right?
Yeah.
You're going to have to force your way through it. Anytime we learn new habits, right, you got to think about it like a river, right? The river in a river path is formed through hundreds of years of the water going in the same direction. Right?
Yeah.
If we want that river to go in a different direction, it's not just going to happen immediately. If we go and dam that river, it's going to branch out all over the place, right? It's going to basically create a flood.
Exactly, yeah.
But over time, that river will cut itself a new path, right? And it'll find a new way. And anytime we have to change our habits or our behaviors, it's just like cutting a river. Right? If I dam that river or I stop the way I used to do things, it's going to be a fucking disaster out here. We're going to have a flood. Right? But over time of practicing those same habits, eventually we're going to cut that new neural pathway of this is how I do it. But it's not going to come without hiccups. Right? It's not going to come without floods and disaster and villages being ruined. Right? So it's just an understanding of, okay, I'm working to make myself better. And it's why Lee and I, RKB Tactical, say so much about progress over perfection. I'm far more interested in seeing progress to where I'm trying to go than being to where I want to go. Right? It's not going to happen instantaneously. So phenomenal improvement between the first 10 and the second 10.
Oh, yeah.
Phenomenal improvement. Right? 80% of the shots that time were right where you wanted them. I know you watched your dot go low on one shot because the follow-up shot was high. Right? But again, if we look at our splits, right? 5-2, 4-4, a 10, I think that picked up somebody else's shot, right? So 5-6, 4-6, 4-8, 4-1, 5-5, 3-7, 4-4. So again, progressively working faster and faster and faster, which is exactly what we're looking for. Get sights on target, build your grip, okay? I don't want pressure here. Let this guy stay nice and loose, okay? Squeeze with the pinky on this hand, only the pinky. Keep this loose, okay? And then 2 shots 4 times in a row as fast as you can.
Okay.
I love that you just kept running it. I absolutely love it that you just like, I think I like this, I'm gonna keep doing it.
What?
Well, because I only told you to fire 8 rounds.
Oh. Oh shit, my bad.
But look what we see, right? Almost all of your first round impacts are in the black. Your follow-up shots are down here. You wanna know why?
I think you said squeezing it?
Because you have a killer grip and the gun is getting flatter and back on target faster than you're giving yourself credit.
Oh, okay.
okay?
I see, yeah.
You have a killer grip,
Yeah.
right? Those were quick splits. I guarantee you if I was running you on the clock, they're all quarter second or less, okay? But what this shows is your gun is returning flat faster than you give yourself credit for.
Oh.
So the gun is recoiling and coming up, it's coming back flat, and in the amount of time you have, you're overdriving the gun low before you press the trigger again. Okay. Now it could also be due to a little sympathetic grip response, right? We're just gripping because we know we're shooting fast.
Yeah.
But even with doing that, you can shoot faster.
Okay.
The trick to running the trigger finger faster is relax this hand. The more relaxed these 3 fingers are, the faster they'll go. Nice work, dude.
Thanks, dude.
Nice work, man.
Okay, guys, like you guys seen in the video, I just got back from training with my red dot sight on the Glock that we were building together. Follow me, so I put this down. But essentially, so Tatted Family, he's gonna be tagged down in the video. He sent me a DM on Instagram. He's seen that I just got my first red dot on a handgun, and he was like, "Hey, dude, come to this range at this time, and I'll give you 2 hours of free training." I was like, "Yes, I'll take it." Shout out to him. He's gonna be in the description below, so go give him a follow. And it's pretty cool that he actually invited me out to the range, because here in Southern California we have a gun community. It's very tight, and he offered his services, and I appreciate him for that. Right? It was such a fun time. We, like you guys seen in the video, I got there, we shot. He figured out a baseline of where my shooting's at, and after the training, we did another baseline, and we see where I got just from 2 hours of his training. Pretty cool dude. He does a lot of training with First Defense, so go check them out as well. And let's stay tuned for the next video. We got some bangers coming for you guys. Let's get it.